Jaguars' Fred Taylor as they break down today's game. Jaguars Postgame is brought to you by Farrah and Farrah, the University of Florida, Whataburger, and by Everbank. Jaguars Postgame, presented by G.E.H.A, starts right now.
Jaguars with a big divisional win over the Houston Texans. Final score, Jags 17, Texans 10. And Jaguars postgame is brought to you by G.E.H.A, Government Employees Health Association. Benefits for federal employees and retirees. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey. We'll have Fred Taylor shortly once he's done with the in bowl. And, of course, Bucky Brooks standing by. We'll hear from the head coach and others after this Jaguars win and this Jaguars defensive performance in this game with 3 takeaways again. Now 9 for the season for the Jaguars defense. It equals their total from 2024, but 2 big ones in key moments late in this game.
Oh, massive. I mean, the defense was outstanding today with the exception of 1 snap, right? Tyson Campbell bit. Nico Collins beat him for a 50-yard touchdown. Anything the Texans had to earn today, they didn't get because they couldn't. They couldn't sustain it against this defense, JP. They earned 3. I mean, they get credit for the touchdown, but that is all really that the Jaguars can be criticized for, I think, on the defensive side today. I thought they were rallying up as we talked at halftime, making a lot of great tackles in the flats, not allowing much run after the catch on those short completions, obviously getting their hands on the football, creating the turnovers. Tyson Campbell, after getting beat, comes back with the strip, and that's a massive play for this team.
Antonio Johnson had the interception to seal it at the end. 3 tackles on the day as well, and he is with Bucky Brooks Live. Bucky?
Antonio, tell us about the last play of the game winner.
Oh, man. Was in coverage, seen the ball in the air. Yeah, my instincts took over when he got the ball. It was just flowing there, so I had to go get it.
You know, look, this defense played terrific. You guys have really emphasized turnovers. We talk about tips and overthrows, lead to picks. What has really been the biggest difference in terms of you guys being able to get so many turnovers this year?
Man, really just the front putting pressure on the quarterback, making him throw the balls that he probably didn't want to throw. And at the end of the day, just guys being ball players, you know, being the quarterback, going to get the play. And when the ball's in the air, we think it's more of ours than theirs. So that's how we treat the ball when it's in the air.
After the game, I had a chance to talk to Dewey. Dewey talked about how proud he was of you being able to hang in there, in and out the lineup, being able to stay on your P's and Q's. How have you been able to stay locked in regardless of what your role is?
Like you said, just having great guys in my position role and in the locker room in general that believe in you. When your number get called, they don't look at you as a downfall. They look at you and they expect you to come in and make big plays when the play comes to you. So when you have that mindset in the room and in the locker room itself, it's easy to just go out there and feel free and, you know, be able to let your instincts take over.
Last thing, because what you're saying is a lot of what some of the guys on the field talked about, how connected you guys are this year.
100%.
It's been very intentional about the connectivity, the chemistry. What have you guys done to be so connected, so locked in?
Man, honestly, just – you know, we do outings together. We just try to be with each other as much as possible, and that's outside the building as well. You know, just when you can really know a guy on a personal level, when in tough times like this, is you look to your left and your right, and you're like, I can't let these guys down. And you feel that. You feel it when we play. You feel it on the sideline, how we celebrate together, and how we just – you know, just be there for each other.
It's really exciting, man. Thanks so much. Congratulations on the win. Look forward to next week.
I appreciate it.
Antonio Johnson with the interception to end it today for the Jaguars in a victory over the Houston Texans, 17-10. That's the Everbank Vault. Everbank, advantage you. Make the most out of your money at everbank.com/Jaguars. Fred Taylor joining us on set now after quite a defensive performance today. 3 more takeaways. We just heard from Antonio Johnson. The pass rush was there. Of course, they tipped the ball. Hines Allen at the end. Travon Walker had a sack earlier in the game. I mean, this is a full-on defensive effort.
Yeah, I call them the redeem team right now because whatever they did a week ago, they found a way to do the opposite. Just dominated throughout the entire course of the game. Minus the one big play. They played completely lights out. Now, as far as for that offense, I don't know. Got some work to do. Communication errors, totally the drop ball stands out more than anything else. Seems to be some sort of lack of focus. Thank God BT made that big play on the backside.
And then obviously the focus is going to be, all the drops all day. But when the big moment mattered, Brian Thomas made the catch and run to set him up for that touchdown to go ahead. And then, of course, hey, the Jaguars had given up that big play on defense, but game's not over. Let's just keep playing football and battle this adversity. They talk about it all the time.
Correct. And I think the best thing, the thing that stands out the most for me in all of it, yes, he had those drops. He had the play where Trevor threw it behind him. He kind of just ran off as if he was going to stalk block. And then he came back the next play. They caught it. They did not quit on him. They continued to come back to him and find a way. And that's what you want to see in your playmakers. Trust each other no matter what, find a way, make a play, go win the game.
It was one of the two biggest offensive plays. I thought the other one, Trevor Lawrence running for that first down on third down on that same drive was huge.
Big. Let's stay on the defensive side, though, and it's linebacker Foyesade Oluokun on a 6-tackle day. He's with Bucky.
Foyesade, the defense is playing great. Talk about today's win.
It was good resilience. Came on the field all different types of ways, stood up. Eventually, we just said it was a field position battle. Make sure that the offense doesn't start moving the ball. Offense is going to put it in the paint or get field goals, whatever they had to do eventually. But that's just what we needed to do to win today. Sometimes offense is going to have our back. We had to have offensive back today, so love how we came out on top.
From the sideline, man, just watching you guys, y'all seem so connected. The chemistry, the connectivity is outstanding. What has gone into it, you guys building this bond?
Just how we came in from OTAs until now. It's been real fun. Everybody enjoying everybody else's success. Just everybody knowing what everybody's supposed to be doing each and every play. So seeing somebody do something little for you so you can eventually make your play and stuff. It's been fun watching our defense grow. The communication really good right now. So just keep building on that. But it's good seeing everybody flying around making plays.
Yeah, y'all are making a ton of plays, having a lot of fun, a lot of turnovers. That's the thing. I know it comes in bunches when it comes to the turnovers and takeaways. What has really been the key to kind of knocking the ball loose?
D-line's eating right now, winning that first down, getting in the rush situations, and then trusting what everybody's supposed to be doing on the back end, good communication pre-snap, and then just keep on how we repped it in OTAs all the way till now, calling them same calls. Now we know, expecting what to do on routes maybe that we haven't seen before, just knowing where our buddy's supposed to be at, and then let that rush eat, and then making sure we're breaking on the ball when it's in the air.
Well, man, enjoy this one. Look forward to getting another one next week.
Yes, indeed.
Foyesade Oluokun, Jaguars linebacker with Bucky Brooks at Everbank Stadium. We'll take a timeout. Plenty more ahead. We're going to hear from Liam Cohen as well, Jaguars head coach after a Jags victory over the Houston Texans, 17-10. And this is Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
At G.E.H.A, they stand behind their members because they were founded by members. They're not focused on Wall Street, they're focused on Main Street. So they built dental plans with 100% coverage for in-network preventive care, with access to a nationwide network of nearly 600,000 provider locations. G.E.H.A is proud to offer dental plans exclusively for federal employees, federal retirees, and military retirees. Visit GEHA.com to learn more.
Hi, it's Sam Kavaris. You probably already know that Echo East Coast Transportation is the official transportation provider for the Jaguars. I've been a client for more than 30 years because they're from here, and like you, they've been Jaguar fans from the beginning. So for any prearranged transportation needs, call them at 904-631-5466 or find them online at ectjax.com and use the code SAM in the special instructions box for your 15% Jaguars discount. And if you want to talk Jaguars, they can do that too.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
Jaguars postgame continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Fred Taylor from the Hyundai Studios of the Miller Electric Center. Jaguars improved to 2-1 with a 17-10 win over the Houston Texans. Strong defensive performance at the end. There were moments. There was adversity. Both sides of the ball today, but they just kept hanging on and found a way at the end to get those takeaways and seal the victory today. And the Jags get the victory. And Travon Walker was a big piece of that. Had a sack and 3 tackles, and he's with Bucky Brooks live. Bucky?
Travon, the defense is absolutely balling. What's been the difference? How are you guys able to get these wins playing like you're playing?
Just buying into the coaching staff, buying into each other. I want to say buying into each other. That's the big piece. We all connected as a chain, like no missing links. We just, as long as we communicate, do our job, the position that coach put us in, I feel like we'll continue to thrive.
It's fun.
And putting a corner piece into the foundation.
Huge ability to stay the course. You're winning the game for the majority of it. They obviously got and tied it up. But even though obviously not playing our best football offensively, defense kept us in it. And they played their tails off offensively, found a way to have 75 yards rushing in the second half, which obviously we didn't have much in the first. Etienne played his tail off, and then those guys make a play at the end of the game versus zero blitz. And it got it, in a huge moment. So very proud of this group. They played their tails off and kept competing.
Coach, the resilience factor, not just with Brian Thomas and the receivers with all the drops, but also the defense that had a chance to put it away late last week, came back and did it this week. What kind of confidence can that build for such a young roster? Huge.
They should take so much confidence from this, especially defensively, as you mentioned. Tyson Campbell, gets hit on the double move and then comes back, right, and makes a huge play, playing through the hands on a potential explosive play. The fact that we take the ball away as much as we have and give us so many opportunities to go and have extra possessions. You talk about finishing a game the right way. I mean, it was not pretty. It was not for us offensively, but we can take, and we should take a ton of confidence from this to go clean up. We got to clean up the mistakes. We got to play better and work on the drops and all that. But, man, I'm really proud of this group and the way that they competed and finished this game.
Specifically for Brian, obviously the drops early. He's getting booed, throws his helmet on the sideline. How big was that 46-yard catch?
Huge.
You saw all the emotion afterwards. I mean, just
huge.
Had to get him on the right track.
Totally. I mean, I thought it was trending. Early on he goes up on the fade and makes a great effort, and you're like, dang, okay. He didn't come down with it, but, man, it looks like it's obviously trending. And then I thought when we had the third, and I think it was 14, where we had the illegal shift where he had a good big time catch. I think that would have got him going. It was every time you had an opportunity to almost get things rolling, something negative occurred. So, just talk to him in the locker room and just, really proud of the way that he finished. That was a huge play and a big time moment. So, we got to get it cleaned up, but he should absolutely take confidence from that play and be able to continue to go forward.
Hey, Liam, Jordan Lewis continues to make big plays for you guys. Is it kind of hard to really measure the impact he's had on a defense last year that really was kind of lost?
Absolutely. He is, by far one of our best leaders in our organization. Was in my office Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. talking to me about some things and the mentality that Jordan has, that he competes with, that he spreads his word and our word to the rest of the guys. He's infectious. He really is. He's a pro's pro, but he's not going to just be quiet about it. I mean, he wants to reach everybody that he's involved with, not just the defense, offense and team. So he's really proud of Jordan. So happy to have him, obviously, but he's definitely a catalyst for us.
When you're just starting as a new head coach, what does a win like this do for you when it's not going right, but then all of a sudden at the end it does?
Yeah, it had you had a little bit of an eerie feeling almost, kind of like last week in a way, where you're like, oh God, they're moving it a little. But I was kind of a little, I don't want to say yelling during that last drive, but I was probably a little frustrated. And Campy's like, dude, Well, we got it. Relax. But it was great. Gave me confidence. And the way that they were playing, I wasn't questioning whether they were going to get a stop, but you're starting to see it get moved down the field. And but there's no flinch really out of that group. Last week was obviously disappointing to not finish it on the right end and to see them go out and take this win, to go take it from them. And that's what we did.
Hey, Liam, 3 games now seeing Hines Allen in action, and today obviously with the tip at the end. Just what have you seen from him, and how important has he been to this defense?
Huge. Like we kind of said during the week, it hasn't quite shown in every stat book, but his presence, what he does in terms of affecting the game, both in the run and the pass, has been really, really something that's helped us out to get other people to be able to get pressures and the way that he affects the game, but also just his practice habits, man. Like the way Josh practices, the way that he is in the meeting setting, the way that he lifts, the way that he does everything is really what we're trying to continue to do as a program, and really proud and happy for that defense, especially for Josh.
And Josh was incredibly consistent from the start, had a hit on Stroud, I think, on their second play, drew numerous holds. It just seemed like throughout the entire game, and then obviously makes the tip at the end that Antonio gets the pick on. Yeah. But just can you talk about how rare it is to see a defensive end affect a game from basically the first play to the last?
No, that's a great point. He did. They started fast. We elected to defer for kind of that reason, honestly. It was just to kind of get our defense out there and let them go start fast and affect the game. And those guys did that. Josh, the length, but it's just his strain and the way. I'm not taking anything away from his athletic ability, his talents, how hard he's worked, but it's the way that he plays, his strain, his finish. Even if he doesn't win on a rush, he does. Those guys really up front have all done a nice job of getting their hands up and affecting the pass game in different ways. So really, he was pretty emotional in there and excited and juiced up. So hopefully it's a sign to keep moving forward.
Liam, what did it say to you, the running game, just being able to get it going in the second half after starting a little slow?
Yeah, early in the first half, we had a bunch of runs called, and then they had some blitzes and different looks. They came out in a 5-big package to our 12 personnel, which was unscouted. We needed to adjust to that at halftime, which we did. And obviously we're able to get it going a little bit. I probably had too many, so some of those runs in 11 personnel, they're bringing Petrie off the edge, and we had some screens and some things. The one that was tipped earlier in the game when we were on like the -30, that was versus 0. That thing was going to be a huge play, but we didn't end up getting it. So called a lot more runs that ended up getting actually executed just because of some of the defensive structures and looks that they were presenting. And then in the second half, like I said, I thought our coaches did a nice job adjusting, communicating those adjustments, and being able to get some dirty yards in the second half when we needed to run the ball.
Trevor seems frustrated at times with guys not being lined up right.
Yeah.
He's not getting in quick enough. But how do you think he fought through all that?
Diami goes down, right? And we were kind of going into this game with a little bit more for Parker based off of last week, right? And the way that he practiced all week. And then, we kind of catch the drop bug a little bit. And so your confidence just as a quarterback, right? Like, it wasn't the timing and rhythm. Some of the stuff wasn't there early. And then when it is there, we're not catching it. And then so you start to force it a little bit, specifically that third down, interception, probably a force. But, man, I was very proud that, he was frustrated. We were all frustrated on the sidelines and communicating. But there really was none of this at all. It was just accountability. Let's just go play the next play. And then in a critical moment, that play to BT was all Trevor in terms of the can. Like, that was a run play that they had saw blitz on, 0 blitz. He gets out of the play. We had a run on. He gets out of it, fixes the protection, picks it up, and then we execute the, kind of skinny that we had in there, and BT comes ripping in the window. He delivers it on time. It was a very frustrating outing in a lot of ways, man. But I'm hoping and we're hopeful that a moment like this can maybe do this for us and help us go to the next level in terms of understanding truly what it takes to throw and catch at a consistent level.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys.
Defense playing great, tie ball game, 4th and 2. You're in the Texans territory. You say, hey, let's go for it. Why not? And, yeah, it didn't work. But, again, defense went out there after giving up a big play. They found a way to even, bending a bit. They didn't break. Tyson made a good play, got the ball back to the offense.
Jaguars get it done today, 17-10 the final score. They outgained the Houston Texans 291 to 271. The offense, though, sputtered, had some drops in the game today, plenty of those. But the Jaguars' defense, when it mattered late, came away with 2 late takeaways, the fumble recovery and the interception to seal the game. And the Jaguars' first win at home against Houston since 2017. So the Jaguars improved to a record of 2-1, and the Houston Texans now a record of 0-3. Trevor Lawrence in the game, 20 of 40, 222 yards through the air and an interception. Etienne ran a bunch in the second half, 16 carries, 56 yards, and the go-ahead touchdown after the long catch and run from Brian Thomas Jr. after what had been a rough day for him. He comes through with a big catch to set up the short field. Etienne with a 10-yard touchdown and left a lot of time on the clock. Here come the Texans right back down the field with the Jaguars defense able to stand up in the end with the Antonio Johnson pick. And now 9 takeaways for this Jaguars defense in the 2025 season. It equals their total from a season ago. And I'm sure Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen will be very satisfied with the winning result. It's better to watch film with a winning result. There's a lot to watch from this game, both good and bad, and they'll have all week to do it before they head out west next week in week number 4. But the Jags right now in good shape at 2-1 to get it going. And Liam Cohen now is with Bucky Brooks, and the head coach interview is presented by G.E.H.A, Government Employees Health Association, benefits for federal employees and retirees. Let's head to the locker room now. Liam Cohen with Bucky.
Coach, thoughts on the big win today?
Thank you. I mean, it was not pretty on offense in a lot of ways, obviously frustrating. Didn't get the run game going in the first half. Obviously caught the drop bug a little bit. Proud of the way that we adjusted in the second half to some of the unscouted looks we were getting in the first half in the run game. Did a great job as the coaching staff and players communicating some of those changes. Ran for 75 in the second half, which was huge. But defense, man, just continues to play at a high level, affecting the quarterback. However many turnovers we have now versus what it kind of was, last year. So really proud of the way they've, kind of bought in and are taking the football away right now.
Coach, you've been a bit of a prophet. You talked about this team was going to have to be ready for the storms that they've had to go through. And in each of these games, there's been some level of adversity that the team has had to deal with. This one, slog of a game, offense sputtering, defense trying to hold on. How do you feel about the guys and the way that they've really been able to hang in these games, even though it's not necessarily?
Hey, Josh, just start to finish today, you hit Stroud on the second play, I think, from scrimmage that they had, and then obviously you end the game on the deflection. Where does this one rank for you in terms of getting the win over Houston and how well you played throughout the entire game?
I mean, first and foremost, man, my teammates, man, we battled our butts off today. We knew it was going to be a take-it game. That was going to be on offense, defense, special teams, whoever was going to be in that moment at the last second, we was going to have to take it. I just want to give all credit to God and my teammates, man. They battled their butts off. But for me, man, I just did my part. Tried to stay one play at a time and just, do what I can for my team. And, I saw opportunity and, we ended the game the right way.
Josh, 9 turnovers already forced through 3 games this season. You had 9 all last year here. Has Coach Campanile brought some new stuff to the thing, to the system, or are you guys just able to make more plays?
I think it's a little bit of everything. The play calling is obviously more aggressive, but then we also have guys in the back end that does this, that's in the right spot, that wants to be physical at point of contact, and that just wants to play for each other. And then once we all buy into what we're doing up front, good things happen. Obviously. Good things are happening. We trust each other, rushing coverage, trust each other a lot. Devin Lloyd is playing out of his mind right now, and him and Foyesade both. So, if each level guys are playing at a superstar level, we'll be a tough team to beat.
Josh, Coach Cohen said you were a little emotional in the locker room. Was that because of the history with Houston or the way the defense is playing? What
emotional before or after?
After the game, victory and victory.
We just got to win. That was a tough win. It's so hard to win in the National Football League. And the mentality that we wanted to come into this week was we got to take it. Last week we kind of let that slip away, and we didn't take it. And here was another opportunity for us to go get it. And so for us to go out there and to prove that we are that type of team, we do have, we're building something very special here. We got to keep capitalizing off that. So, yes, I was very emotional. Huge win against a good team, nevertheless. But it's just a great, building point to how far can we go and move on to next week.
Hey, Josh, can you talk a little bit more about that? This is the kind of game that you guys have really struggled to win over the last 2 seasons, and to get one, what does that do just mentally for the confidence of this group going forward?
I mean, it's huge, man. I feel like, going into each game, we expect to win. We put the work in every single day. We trust the process. We trust each side of the ball, offensively, defensively, special teams. We just trust each other. And so to go out there and to prove that point that, we are a close-knit team, and to go out there and fight for each other and just get it is just a wonderful feeling. And we just going to have to keep building on it. But next week is a different task and different opportunity, and we got to go about it a little bit different, but just keep the main thing.
Did you get the ball with your right hand or your left hand?
My right hand, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
He's not so sure now.
Josh, congrats on the victory. Last year you guys lost to this team twice. I mean, is it a confidence matter this time around to do that and to beat them? And secondly, take us through the last drive. They made a 4th down conversion to keep the drive going. What's going through your mind through the team, as they're driving down the field, and what kind of calm do you have during that?
So those are 2 different questions. So let me try to remember the
Yes.
first one. The first one, I mean, last year was last year. Now, we building a whole new different regime here. The guys that we brought in, the guys that we drafted, the guy you're about to talk to after this, are guys really bought into this organization. And, we just play for each other. And again, like I just told him, man, it's a week-by-week league. It's a take-it league, and we're at that mindset of taking every opportunity we can. Second question, being in that situation was just like, we gotta take it. We gotta get it. No matter the situation, they wasn't gonna score. That was our mentality. Holding, they not scoring. They can drive the field, whatever they want to do, they not scoring. And, we just made a play. And Antonio was in the right spot, being where he's supposed to be, and took advantage of the opportunity. And I can't be more proud for him. And come back Monday, watch this tape, and move on to San Fran.
Hey, Josh, it's probably the 3rd game in a row where Jordan Lewis made a pretty big play.
Yeah.
2 of them that resulted in wins. But just what has he meant to this defense? And you talk about confidence, being able to have a guy like him on the team, how has that helped the confidence of the defense?
Man, he's huge, man. I learned a lot. I gained a lot of respect for him the first week of practice. The way he attacks it, the way he kind of pushes and motivates and challenges everybody in his room and then outside the defense. And for me, as a guy that's been here, and I kind of carry myself the same way, to see that and to see a guy make a lot of plays, it just makes me want to become a better player. So I think he just pushes the guys that were at that point to become a better player. And just, I'm not surprised now. Like, it's like, I expect him to do these things, not because, like, he is who he is, but because he does it the right way. And he challenges and he pushes and he motivates the guys to do it the right way as well. So, I'm so happy for him. I'm happy that he's on our team. I know he's glad and proud to be on our team and to be a Jacksonville Jaguar and create a culture here that's, that we can build on and, set a standard for ourselves.
Hey, Josh, it seemed like you guys got pressure pretty consistently today. What does this performance just kind of say about the guys you have up front and the unit you guys have kind of built up there?
I mean, I think coming into the week, Coach Camp challenged up front. He said it was going to be, we're going to rush forward and we're going to drop everybody else. And so for us, it was just like, we got to go hunt. So I think just starting out Wednesday practice, our mindset was we got to go. We got to attack. We got to prove to them and to prove to everybody else in our defense that we can take advantage of games. So today was just, just a carryover from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now Sunday, to where we can just go at it and improve the point that we can just rush for it. And we also can blitz, because you see what happens when we blitz, we get turnovers. We change up the secondary disguises. So Cam has done a great job on listening to us up front, and he's calling a heck of a game. And I love playing for him. I think we all do too. So we got his back.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll use it.
Anybody want first?
Hey, Travis. Obviously, a coach said very emotional locker room. What was it like for you seeing the reaction of beating Houston, a team that's had the Jaguars number for a number of years?
It's a blessing. We came out with a dub. We went in there, did everything the coaches told us to do. Even when we had little setbacks, we fought through it. The adversity, we fought through it. So I was pretty excited to come out with a win.
And what'd you make of Hines Allen's performance today?
He did great. He did what he was supposed to do. He helped the team out. He did his job, and we was able to capitalize on one of the big jobs he did at the end of the game.
Travis, what's it like for you when you see a guy who was struggling like Brian was today, and then to come up with the big play at the end of the game? What can that do for him, and what does it mean for you guys to kind of see him come through in that moment?
It's just a confidence booster for all of the guys in the room. We see him as a leader. He's a 1,000-yard receiver. We expected him to be on top of his game every game, and just to see him bounce back and block out all the noise and just go do his job and do what he's supposed to do, it means a lot to the younger guys in the room.
This is the kind of game that this team hasn't been able to really win the last 2 years, where it comes down to the end. There's one play here made here or there. So did you hear guys in there talking about that and what kind of boost this gives to the confidence overall?
No, we don't talk like that. We go out there and try to win every game. We go out there and do what we're supposed to do to win every game. We don't talk like that. We don't talk about what happened in the past. We just present in the future and present right now.
How good was it to finally get loose and the 21-yard catch and run? How did that play open up for you?
They called my number. They gave me the ball, and I did what I always do my job.
And what's it like being in the room with Jordan Lewis, and what does he bring to the secondary?
He's always focused, always ready and always on top of his game. So just having him in the room, you got to do your job because he's going to do his job, and that's what he expects. He expects for all of us to do our job because we know he's going to do his.
Travis, as an anthropology major, I'm curious to hear your take on the culture of the Jacksonville Jaguars, maybe compared to the Colorado Buffaloes.
We just got work to do. We just got to continue to win for them so they can keep coming out and showing the fan base.
Thanks, Travis. Appreciate it, Travis. You know what? It was a little more defense today for him. He did have that one catch and run on offense, but physical day for him on defense. Fred, he was coming up making tackles, 6 of them in the game.
Yeah, that's what they call his number for him to do what he always does. Just a reminder. It's good to see him, he's getting his feet wet and getting more opportunities to go out there. Earlier in the week, I heard Steve Smith, old receiver Carolina, say he needs to be great at one thing and not average at 2 things. But this young man, he wants to prove to everybody that he can be equally, good or great at both.
Will be for him.
Yeah, it was awesome. Just next play mentality. I think there's a good example of that in today's game. I mean, things didn't go our way for a lot of the game offensively, and just finding a way to make the next play. They had a cover 0 pressure that we were able to see and identify and get to the right play, and Brian just did a great job of winning and making the play. That's what I told him on the sideline is just, hey, stay in it. You're going to end up making the play to set this one up for us to go win it. And it happened.
You alluded to it a little bit there, but the whole team kind of got infected with the dropsies there during the course of the game. As an offensive leader, quarterback, what is your responsibility that you feel that you want to take on the sidelines in that situation with everybody?
Yeah, just keep encouraging, keep getting guys to just next play mentality, think that way. And, it's not all on them, too. There was a lot of stuff that, I didn't play my best today, so there's a lot of throws that I went back or I didn't put in the spot I wanted to, and it's all of us together. But it was good to see us not let that dictate how we were going to finish the game and just find a way to make a couple plays at the end when it mattered to go up. And then obviously our defense can't say enough about how they just kept fighting and had our back, and the turnovers, the big stops. I mean, we put them in some bad positions, and they just kept making stops and kept playing. They never looked at us and were like, "What are you doing?" When they easily could have. We were playing pretty bad there, the middle stretch of the game. So hats off to them. Just it's a team. It's a team game, and you find a way to win, and you fix the stuff that needs to be corrected. But it's a lot more fun when you win.
You and Josh Hines Allen have gone through a lot here. What was it like seeing his performance and then walking off the field, kind of arm in arm with him in a victory over Houston?
Yeah, it's awesome. A guy, like you said, I've been here with for going on 5 years now. We've been through a lot together, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. To see our team just continue to come together and that, family feeling like we talk about with our team and doing it for each other. And you can see that happening. And I think as a team, we feel that. And just being able to go and win games that aren't pretty, that's something that to be a really good team you have to do. And we did that today. And, you obviously want to play better moving forward as an offense, but to be able to go win games when you don't play your best is important. So that was a big step for us today.
Trevor, things just kind of looked not in sync at times with you. Is it just a matter of mechanics? Was it just people not being in the right spot? You mentioned the dropsies a little bit.
I think it's a mixture of a lot of things. I think there were some times where, on the interception I got greedy, just a dumb play by me. I got to just check it down, and we either punt or maybe we run for the first down on the underneath. So that's just a really bad play by me. And then a couple misses, just some accuracy stuff. I need to clean up a couple, communication things, a couple drops. Like I said, it's a mixture of all the things. We all got to be better. Starts with me as the quarterback. I got to be sharper, got to play better moving forward to give us a chance. You can't rely on our defense to get 3 turnovers every week and get pretty much every stop. We got to go score some points and, control the game a little bit.
Hey, Trevor, you kind of alluded to it earlier, but just what kind of confidence does a win like today, where it's not always pretty, but you win anyway? What kind of confidence does that give the team?
A lot of confidence, when you have that feeling of you don't have to play perfect to win. You just have to continue to fight and play the next play and find a way to make the plays when it matters. And you don't know when that's going to be. Today, fortunately it was at the end and we were able to make those plays, and that's when it mattered and we needed them. But on the flip side, it's not going to be like that every week. Sometimes the mistakes get too much to come back from, and you got to play a little cleaner throughout. So it's the NFL. It's hard to win. You enjoy all of them. We're going to enjoy this one, and we're going to move on and go get ready for San Fran. But, man, it's hard to win, so I'm proud of the team and how we bounce back. And there's plenty to clean up, but, we're going to enjoy it.
With the defense playing the way it has, 3 takeaways in each game, just how has that kind of supported you just as a quarterback, as an offense?
It's huge. I mean, you win the turnover margin, statistically you're going to win most of your games. So I think for us as an offense, we have to continue, speaking to myself, to take care of the ball and, use that as an advantage for us. Don't give them freebies back when our defense is doing a good job of getting turnovers. So got to continue to just sharpen up on that and play better and take care of the ball. But yeah, it's huge, and our defense can get turnovers. That's the name of the game is getting the ball back in this league.
Trevor, what are some of the biggest changes that you've seen for this team, or from last season to this season? Anything that has really led to the success that you've had so far?
I think, like I said, just that feeling of coming together and fighting for each other. And I mean, that's something that's hard to put your finger on, but you can feel it, and that we are coming together as a team. So we got to continue to. It's a long season. There's going to be some ebbs and flows of this season, and we got to continue to build on that. But man, sitting in that locker room and on the sideline when bad things happen and seeing how everyone comes together, we're not divided. It's cool to see. So it makes you feel good. Like I said, if you can pull, you can go out there and find a win when you don't play great on offense. Your defense has your back, and you find a way to go finish it. It's a good feeling.
Oh, yeah. So I just wanted to know, what do you think has changed? Obviously, last year, the last 2 times you guys played, it didn't go your way. So what do you think has changed the most about the team?
Against Houston, you're saying specifically?
Yeah.
I think a lot of things have changed. Like I said today, I think just the grittiness of our team, being able to find a way to finish the game, toughness showed up. It's a really good team. Houston's a really good team, really good defense. They're physical. We knew it was going to be a challenge for us, and we never backed down from it. Like I said, it didn't always go our way, but we kept coming back and getting our opportunities, and we finally, hit the ones that mattered.
Trevor, I think we've touched a lot on the negatives, but what are you the most proud of after that game?
Just the toughness of our team, being able to go finish it. When you find a way to win games like that, it honestly sometimes feels better than when everything goes right, just because it says a lot about your team and being able to finish and not, shell up when things aren't going well, but being able to find a way to win it.
Did it feel like the run got away from you guys? Did they really present the biggest challenge to running the ball so far in 3 games? How would you evaluate that part of the offense?
Yeah, we'll have to watch it and kind of see. But yeah, like I said, they're a physical group on defense. They do a nice job. It can be a challenge to run the ball on them. Felt like they had a good scheme to handle the run. We ran the ball so well in the first 2 weeks. I felt like they obviously emphasized that and had a good plan for us. And there were still some things there that I think that we can make some corrections and do better and run the ball better. But in the passing game, we had a lot of opportunities and didn't take advantage of all those. So, you're not going to be able to always play the game the way you want to every game. You gotta adjust and adapt and find a way to make those plays. I know as a quarterback, we got to do a better job of just distributing the ball and staying on schedule. We got behind the chains a lot today. So, yeah.
And then we saw a little bit of emotion from you when Diami goes down. Just emotionally, what does it mean to beat the Houston Texans?
It means a lot. It means a lot. I don't think it's a secret that we don't like each other. So it was a fun game for us, and to find a way to do it. Like I said, we're going to see him again, so that's all I really have to say right now. But it felt good, as you guys can tell.
Your scramble to get that first down today and took a hit at the end of it, did that kind of feel good? Was that like a mini payback, I guess, in a way?
Not necessarily. I was just so locked into the moment of the game. Like, it was such a big drive. We had to go get points. We had to go get points to win the game. We were tied up there. So third down, just making a play with my legs and trying to not get too, I guess, emotional and kind of get out of the right headspace there, because you see the other plays we had to make to end up finishing the drive to go score. We were only on the minus 40 there. Like, we still had some work to do to go win the game. But yeah, it felt good to be able to use my legs and make a play when we needed it.
Same thing about the chippiness. How much of that was carryover from last year, do you think? I mean, the chippiness on the sideline, you had to get pulled out of, I think, Gardner Johnson there at one point. How much of that was carryover from last year, and how good is it that everybody seemed to have your back?
It's good. It's a good feeling. I think a little. I think it's some of it. Obviously, it's a division game. Like I just said, we don't like each other. We don't like any of our division opponents. So it's not necessarily uncommon in that respect. But yeah, we're not going to get bullied. It's a team that that's what I feel like they want to do. And not saying that's wrong, but that's their mindset, and it's not going to happen to this team. So it was fun to be able to punch back and stand up in those moments where it's like, all right, you want to throw that punch, like, we're here,
Has this team been bullied way too often the last several years?
I wouldn't put it that way, but I think that it's an emphasis for us of that we're going to have each other's back, for one. We're going to play the right way. We're not going to go past the whistle. We're not going to be dirty, but we got each other's back, and no one's going to bully us and push us around. That's a mindset for our team, and that's important. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Jags roar for free curds with an online purchase.
Okay.
Let's come
Can't
on,
beat
Fred.
the curds.
Nah, I just wanted to know if they had some dip. What do you dip it in? Like marinara sauce?
More
or something?
cheese, I think.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Cheese on cheese?
Cheese on cheese.
I'm gonna go home
It's a
and look
strong
at
option.
the man in the mirror and make sure he ain't got a drop bug.
Yeah, right. We'll get to that a little more coming up. Hey, Jaguars get it done today. 17-10 the final score. We got to pick a player of the game.
I think I probably gave mine away.
I think you did. That's all
That's
right.
okay. We'll do it officially when we
we'll see.
return. It is Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
At G.E.H.A, they stand behind their members because they were founded by members. They're not focused on Wall Street, they're focused on Main Street. So they built dental plans with 100% coverage for in-network preventive care, with access to a nationwide network of nearly 600,000 provider locations. G.E.H.A is proud to offer dental plans exclusively for federal employees, federal retirees, and military retirees. Visit GEHA.com to learn more.
It's here that a tiny newborn has the heart surgery needed to save her life. It's here that a first grader learns to speak clearly and confidently. It's here that a 12-year-old athlete builds the strength to run full speed again. It's here at Wolfson Children's Hospital that answers are found, courage is shown, and odds are beaten every day. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Hi, it's Sam Kavaris. You might know that Echo East Coast Transportation is the official transportation provider of the Jaguars. I've been a client of theirs for more than 30 years because they're from here and they're Jaguar fans too. So if you're looking for prearranged transportation, from the simple to the complex, call them at 904-631-5466 or find them online at ectjax.com and use the code SAM in the special instructions box for your 15% Jaguars discount. And if you want to talk Jaguars, they can do that too.
Jaguars postgame brought to you by G.E.H.A, Government Employees Health Association. Benefits for federal employees and retirees. J.P. Shadrick with Mike Dempsey. Pride of the Jaguars running back Fred Taylor with us in the Hyundai Studios after Jags win over the Texans 17-10 the final score. And time now for the Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game voting. Though Fred might have given it away already. That's okay.
He might have given his vote away.
I get a vote. Mike gets a vote. Fred gets a vote and a half to break any deadlocks.
Yes.
Start, Mike?
I'd love to. I told you in the fourth quarter, I said if the Jags go on to win this game, I think I'm going to vote for Jordan Lewis. I've since changed my vote.
Oh, wow.
He had a very good game. I think Jordan Lewis played very well today. I'm going to give it to Josh Hines Allen, man. I mean, I felt like the pressure was there, the 3 quarterback hits. He had the sack that he split with Armstead. He was the first one to Stroud on that play. But then getting his hand on that ball, that enabled Antonio Johnson to make a play on the ball that basically won the game for the Jaguars. Josh Hines Allen his impact has not shown up in the box score the way it has on the football field so far this year. It started to today, so I wanted to give him a little bit of recognition.
You know what? And I'll go with Jordan Lewis because he's been a new addition to this defense. Guy who's played a lot of football in his career in a big marketplace, coming to a different place now and bringing that attitude with him. And the way he plays defense is the way this entire defense is playing, I think, right now. They're taking the ball away. They've got a little bit of swagger to them when it matters. So Jordan Lewis with another interception in this game today, and guess what? I'm going to go with him. So it comes down to you, Fred.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm looking at you guys, man. It's hard to not go defense because of how great they played today. You also throw in Travon Walker right in there in the mix, too. Thought he had a great game. He and Josh, man, whatever they got going on, they got to keep it up. Actually, all of the guys. But I don't know, man. Johnson with the interception to close it out. But again, I'm going to go with Brenton. Because even though the offense didn't play, lights out today, the consistency in which they did have on 7 targets, 6 receptions, opened the game up with a 16-yard sideline, beautiful catch. A few more catches there, breaking some tackles right in the fire. Dependable, probably the most dependable target Trevor has right now. Made a lot of big plays, some third down conversions, and I'm selling my pick even further. So, Strange is my pick.
I mean, and think about, there's a few that stand out today. One of those, the first possession of the second half, 3rd and 24, he fights for 12 yards, and they get into field goal range, 39-yard field goal to make it a 10-3 and a 7-point game at that point. So that, and the way this game went, was a huge piece of what happened today.
You know he's going to be a load after the catch, but right now he's the most sure-handed guy that Trevor can throw to, and I think that does give him a lot of confidence in big moments.
Yeah, and it sets up special teams, whether it's a field goal or if they don't have some of those catches from him today, then the field position shifts and things can go awry in a hurry, even worse than they did on offense today. But Brenton Strange, the Jaguars Radio Network player of the game, 7 targets, 6 catches, 61 yards in a Jaguars victory over the Houston Texans. Back with the injury report. Jags win it. They improved to 2-1. The Texans are 0-3. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, me too.
It's Jaguars post game on Jaguars Radio.
Federal employees keep our country going, and G.E.H.A. is proud to keep them going with health plans exclusively for them. G.E.H.A. was started by postal employees in 1937, and today they offer all federal employees a network of 1.7 million providers and a health plan for every stage of life. G.E.H.A. is trusted by millions of federal employees and retirees across the country. G.E.H.A. Find your federal health plan at GEHA.com. NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? Right now during the Renewal by Anderson's Big BOGO event, buy one, get one 40% off, plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. At Renewal by Anderson, our Acclaim Impact Replacement windows are built for Florida homes and designed to help you save money on your energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer expires September 30th. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free design consultation. License number CGC 1527613.
Frank Frangie here for Coyle & Son Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports memories. Remember the 2017 AFC Championship game when Miles Jack wasn't down? Do you know what else isn't down? Fences installed by Coyle & Sons. Their fences have been standing tall here in Jacksonville for nearly a century. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821 or visit CoyleJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com. CoyleJacks.com.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
Jaguars postgame presented by G.E.H.A. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor from the Hyundai Studios, the Miller Electric Center. After Jags win over the Texans 17-10, Jags improved to a record of 2-1. And the injury report is presented by Baptist Health, or presented by UF Health, the proud healthcare partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's take a look. A few guys dinged up today in this one, most notably De'Ami Brown's second quarter shoulder issue was questionable, then ruled out. And we heard Liam Cohen after the game. Got to check on that moving ahead. That'll be a big focus this week. Tyson Campbell had an arm-shoulder issue, looked like, but he came back in the game, of course, and made the forced fumble late in the game. Eric Murray, second quarter, helmet-to-helmet penalty flag, and he came off to the side for that. I believe he came back into the game as it went. Left shoulder, third quarter, looked like for Bashal Tootin, but came in back in the game in the third quarter late as well. So the most notable, at least that stands out from the first view, is De'Ami Brown. So let's check on the wide receiver core. Moving ahead up here, of course, the drop's the big story today, but now the injury bug popping up as well, and hopefully things are not as serious as anticipated.
Yeah, through the first 2 weeks, including going back throughout the offseason, Jags were one of the teams with the lowest number of players either on IR or the PUP list. So among the entire National Football League, they had really good injury luck, and you just hope De'Ami can come back. I think they're deep enough that if they know going into a game, Fred, that they're not going to have him, they can kind of game plan around that. But as JP pointed out, a lot of guys are going to be probably limited in practice, it sounds like, this week.
I would expect that to be the case. Even Liam, he mentioned, making some adjustments, Parker Washington having a big involvement in the game plan. And we saw, as it would show, that he had the 11 targets, although he did not take full advantage of them. This week he's going to have to, if De'Ami isn't available. And all of those guys have to step up. You kind of talked about Travis Hunter being ready, having a little bit more on his plate. So, it gives them an opportunity to give him more opportunities and reps and, chances to make plays and, show why they took him with the number two pick, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a little brain moment for a second there.
It's all right.
But number 2 pick overall. So, don't like to see guys down, but I do like to see an opportunity.
Let's come back in a moment. We'll preview next week's opportunity in Santa Clara. See, this is the brain segment right here. This is what it is.
The future home of the next Super Bowl.
Is it really?
Santa Clara,
California. Levi Stadium, the home of the San Francisco 49ers. That's where the Jaguars will be next week. We'll preview that matchup when we return. It's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's a force that can't be contained, propelled by purpose, pride, and the power to protect.
When winning isn't just the mission, it's your passion. You pursue it.
You make power plays.
Aim for fences and go for end zones.
You believe that your moment is now. At Farrah and Farrah, we deliver game day energy 24/7.
If you've been injured, put our force to work for you. Jacksonville.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $279 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through September 30th, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $42.78 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
To aim higher, run faster is what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA. To not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units. To not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
Jaguars postgame brought to you by G.E.H.A, Government Employees Health Association. Benefits for federal employees and retirees. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey and Fred Taylor. We're at the Hyundai Studios. And the 50-50 raffle is brought to you by Duval Ford. And it's a pretty healthy number today. $15,838, the estimated prize for the winning number of 374-719-22001. Good luck. Thank you for supporting the Jaguars Foundation in the 50-50 raffle brought to you by Duval Ford. Next week, the Jaguars head to Santa Clara, California to face the San Francisco 49ers, who started 2-0, and they're currently playing at home against the Arizona Cardinals. The game is tied 3-3, 4:22 to play in the second quarter. And Mac Jones is the starting quarterback for San Francisco today. You might have heard of him, Mac Jones.
He was great last week.
You got to say it like the song, JP. Who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Heard that song before?
I'm unfamiliar, Fred.
Maybe my tunes are off. I don't know. But carry on.
Well, you can sing the rest if you'd like to.
Nah, that's just how it goes. I'll play it for you.
Okay,
we're trying to bait you into doing it.
Yeah, come on.
I know.
We want to hear you sing.
I think a little quick.
Mac Jones starting. Of course, when it comes to San Francisco, it's McCaffrey, right? And on the offensive side, there's a lot to deal with on the defensive side as well with this team, certainly, and a lot of familiarity. Liam Cohen knows this group very well.
Yeah, but again, a nod to Mac, Jacksonville native, man. You mentioned last week he had a huge game in that win over the Saints. Matt Christian, he's still trying to find his footing. He had dealt with some preseason injury here and there. He's still trying to find his way, but you can't sleep on him. He just does it all in the run game, in the pass game, complete and total back that they lean heavily on. So I think we'll get a big dose of C-Mac, but based on how the defense played today in the run game, they're going to be able to handle that job. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be one of those rare, way West Coast trip that we don't always take. We actually have two this year. So they're back in Vegas and then San Fran this year. So I don't know. Guys got to stay focused, stay dialed in, go out there, get a win.
They got three, actually. They're in Vegas, as you said. They're in San Francisco, and they are in Arizona as well. And they're in Denver, if you want to count the mountain time zone.
You might as well.
Three out really far west.
This is the big one. I mean, this is the furthest one, though.
Furthest.
Geographically. But, I think Brock Purdy plays next week. He practiced some this week. He was officially questionable on the injury report, got ruled out this morning. Jawan Jennings may be another story, though. Didn't practice all week, so we know they're not going to have Ayuk. We know they're not going to have Kittle. Maybe don't have Jawan Jennings. That's a lot of offensive skill position players not available potentially for the 49ers next week.
So we'll see how the Jaguars work this week and then head to the West Coast to face San Francisco next week. Fred, have a great week. We'll talk this week for pregame as we always do. Always enjoy that. And then we'll talk to you in the postgame next week.
You know how to find me. I got to find that song for you, though, man. I got to find that song. I'm going to send y'all the link.
I'll add it. I can't wait to hear it, Fred.
All right.
I'm excited.
Make it happen.
Jaguars get it done. Have a great week, Fred.
I will.
You. Fred Taylor, pride of the Jaguars running back with us. Yeah, everybody can laugh after a win. There's no such thing as an ugly
I never met a victory Monday I didn't like.
I hear that.
We got one tomorrow. That'll do it for our network coverage tonight. For those on our flagship station, 1010XL in Jacksonville. Stick around. The Scoreboard Show is next, and we'll recap this one even more. Plenty to dissect in a Jaguars victory over the Houston Texans. For Fred Taylor, Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks, our entire crew, this is J.P. Shadrick saying good night. Final score for the final time, Jaguars 17, Texans 10 on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Welcome to the Jaguars Scoreboard Show. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Bucky Brooks will take your calls about today's game and take a look at the rest of the league. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show is brought to you by Farrah & Farrah, Whataburger, the University of Florida, and by Everbank. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show starts right now.
And J.P. Shadrick with Mike Dempsey after a Jaguars victory, 17-10 final score. Jaguars over the Houston Texans. No calls this week. We're hoping soon. We're hoping soon to get those calls going, and once we do, it will be fantastic. But tonight, not so. The Jaguars get a winning result, though. No such thing as an ugly win. It wasn't pretty, though, and the Jaguars do get the victory to improve to 2-1. The defense gets it done when it matters late. Even though they gave up the big play to tie the game, they got 2 takeaways after that point, even when the Texans were moving the football. The offense has a drop issue that continued today, and it's contagious, apparently. Not just Brian Thomas Jr. It moved to other people in this offense. But you know what? Brian Thomas makes the big play late to set up the go-ahead touchdown. So there's a lot to dig into this game. The end of the day, though, they're 2-1, and the Texans are 0-3.
That's right. That's a big one. I cannot believe you passed up an opportunity to say scoreboard. We haven't had that against Houston, JP.
That's right. It's
Since
been a
2017. While. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So, as Brian Sexton joins us now, Brian, this is really on the strength of the Jaguar defense today, with the exception of one play given up, and they did enough offensively to come up with a couple of plays when they needed them.
They did. Did Fred go through our redeem team?
He mentioned...
This is Redemption Sunday, right? I mean, let's just start at the top, right? They had to redeem themselves after last week losing the ball game at the end, and they did. The defense had to redeem itself. Tyson Campbell had to redeem himself, and he did. Brian Thomas had to redeem himself, as he did. Trevor Lawrence had to redeem himself after the interception, and he kept it on third down and wouldn't be denied the first down. I mean, he was ding, 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 check, 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 check. The Jaguars redeemed themselves and were resilient in a way, Mike, that this team has not been in an awful long time. Listen, the offense was a hot mess, and it didn't appear that they were ever going to get on track, and yet 2 minutes to play, they get the ball back. They make some plays.
And last week we were talking in part about how Liam Cohen said, hey, look, we had some runs called. Yeah. Quarterback checked out of him. Well, guess what? He checked out of the one on the big play with Brian Thomas. Huge. So, you got to give your quarterback that freedom to do it in certain circumstances. There are going to be times you tell him this is the play, we're going to run this play. And I thought it was interesting, Brian Thomas catching it, running with it, and, shifting it to that left arm and then bringing the other one up. Like, the last thing he was going to do was let that ball get popped loose at that point in time.
Yeah, it was good. Good to see for him too, because he's been going through it all preseason, training camp, and now into the regular season for 3 weeks. And to finally have a moment, maybe that's what snaps him out of it.
Listen, the look on his face when he got up, having dropped that third down ball in the fourth quarter, when he went to the sidelines and sat down, I think he wanted to slam his helmet and he thought better of it. The look in his eye was like, what more do I have to do? And you just have to be patient, apparently, because the quarterback found the right play at the right time. And I think Brian, you want to say that he's back, but 46 yards later, he's a lot closer than he was after that third down drop.
Right. You could look. You had some drops. It is an ongoing issue now, still, even with that play being made. But you won the game, and he did make a key play that contributed to that victory.
Such a huge win, though.
Huge for this team, for this organization, and that's an early season standard for certainly defense and physicality. It's what they want to be, and this was a tough and adverse all day long. Something bad was happening, and then they won the game at the end.
And maybe the biggest thing that had to be in terms of redemption was this team had lost 7 in a row and 9 of 10 to these guys. They had to find a way to get it done. And they did. And now they go to the West Coast with a little bit of momentum.
And they had to redeem themselves from last year, all the one-score games that you felt like they should have won.
The redeem team.
Many of them. For today, I'll give them that because they did pull it out.
We'll come back in a moment. Plenty ahead. Let's dig into the defensive performance a little more. There's a lot to dig into here. A lot of positive from the Jags D today in a victory, and plenty more ahead after Jaguars win 17-10 over the Houston Texans. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Hey Jaguar fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Join the thousands of Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Stadium on game day. That's JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jags. Passes start at $10 on the MyJTA mobile app. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. Game Day Express is one way the JTA is working to create a better connected Northeast Florida. Visit JTAFLA.com for more details.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Catch epic showdowns in Cincinnati and Denver. Turn up the heat in Phoenix and Las Vegas. Support your Jaguars in divisional clashes in Houston, Nashville, and Indianapolis. View real-time parking, security, and flight updates on flyjacks.com. Whether you stick with the play call or you need an audible, they'll be your teammate every step of the way. Book your nonstop flights today. Learn more at flyjacks.com.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for your Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, make your game day even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And you can enjoy even more with the pizza pick-off promo after the game. When the Jaguars get 2 interceptions in one game, you'll score 50% off one pizza any size you want for 48 hours after the game. Just tell them you want the Jags Pick promo when you order. Up your game and your pizza with Al's at the stadium or any of their locations.
Frank Franzi here for Coyle & Sons Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports memories. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in 1996? You know who doesn't miss? Coyle & Sons Fencing. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821. That's 904-356-4821. Or visit CoyleJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E, Jacks.com. Coyle & Sons, keeping your business and home safe for nearly a century.
My husband, Steve, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. They only gave him months to live. That was years ago. Now, he's out there, under the tree. Nature photography is his thing. And apparently, so is catching poison ivy.
Oof, so itchy. UF Health, human progress has no finish line.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Collins now on the near side, dropping a C.J. Stroud. He gets hit as he let it go. The ball's floating up there. The ball is picked off! The Jags, I believe it, picked it off! The Jags have picked it off! The Jags have picked it off! They take over at their own 4-yard line! What a play! They hit him as he let it go! It was picked off! Antonio Johnson has the pick against the Texans. He's from Texas A&M. And the Jags have taken over at their own 4-yard line.
Antonio Johnson with the game-sealing interception, the deflection from Hines Allen in pressure. Ball fluttered up there forever and a diving pick. Yes, he did pick it off. That is the Coyle Fence call of the game, presented by Coyle Fence. Since 1927, they've been around the block and fenced it too. Frank Frangi on the call. J.P. Shadrick is my name. Mike Dempsey is his name.
I thought you were giving yourself a
J.P.
J.P. Shad.
It's been one of those days.
Yeah,
you know what? It's kind of one of those days for the Jags. Some things didn't go right. They stumbled through some things. They had some drops, but then they found themselves into a victory. They found a way to win.
Look, what kind of odds would you have gotten a month ago that the Jaguars would have 9 turnovers created on defense through 3 weeks?
Yeah. Wow.
Astronomical.
Right. That's one more than the defense created last year.
Correct. Right. They had 8 on defense,
Yep.
1 on special team, right? But collectively, they've matched the team total.
First time in
games.
franchise history, they've had 3 takeaways in 3 consecutive games.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
spectacular.
Good. And these were bigger than most because they were all in the second half, and of course 2 when it really mattered at the end.
Yeah, listen, the fact that Jordan Lewis kind of got it started, even though the Jaguars got nothing off of that. And I'll say it again, I mean, Tyson Campbell gave up on the double move, that touchdown that tied the game, and then came back after the next series and stripped the ball away from Nico Collins that Devin Lloyd picked up that set up the Jaguars' game-winning touchdown.
He had the strip. He also had the breakup
earlier
on the
sideline
drive that didn't allow him to really get off to a quick start on that drive.
Listen, and we were talking at the break, he had 4 or 5 hits in the flat where he came up and delivered the wood to Dalton Schultz, who's a big tight end. And the second or third time he got hit, he was looking over his shoulder. Where's that 3?
I mean, and he went out injured, right? He came back, and you just never know with guy. I mean, gets hurt like De'Ami Brown. Didn't look like it was that violent, but he couldn't return. It's a good thing Tyson Campbell was able to make it back in the game today.
I'd be interested to see like the next gen stats of where a lot of these tackles were on the field, but there are a lot of secondary players that have high tackle numbers today. Campbell's one of them with 7. He led the way. Andrew Wingard was 6. Travis Hunter was 6. Jordan Lewis with 4 tackles. Dennis Gardeck at linebacker had 4. He was all over the place early in the game. I mean, these are secondary guys coming up and making tackles a lot of the day today. And Travis Hunter really stood out to me.
I was going to point out, I don't know where all of his were, but I know one was where he came up and just threw his body into why can't I think of his name?
The running back.
The running back. Chubb.
Yeah.
I mean, just threw his 190-pound frame into Nick Chubb, and Chubb went down. It was a great tackle.
Good to see.
He's played a little tackle football before. You know, people act like he's never had to hit anybody. I mean, that's not what you prefer him doing out there. But, I thought, and we mentioned Devin Lloyd. I know he's not in the secondary, but they had a lot of guys. I just think the tackling has been overall pretty crisp.
Since opening day it has been, yeah.
No doubt about that. And, of course, the pass rush today, not bad either. Travon Walker gets a sack. Hines Allen and Armstead split a sack. So now Josh Hines Allen 2 sacks away from the franchise record for sacks in a career, and we'll see if this kind of jumpstarts him. He's been so close this season.
Yeah. Listen, I want to go back and watch the tape, but it seemed like there was a tight end or a back that was looking for 44 all day long. They were going to take their chances with 41, but 44, and of course 44 just burned them. He was in the backfield. How many holding penalties did that rookie left tackle have? 3?
Had a few, yeah. And he had the one play where I guess I don't know if it was his responsibility to let Josh go, but he kind of let him go, and then the tight end had no chance.
No, and just that limited what they could do offensively. I mean, it seemed like they were dinking and dunking a lot early because they had to protect 41 and 44. If they can just get some pressure inside, if they can just get Armstead or Devon or Colin Sanders, Mason Smith, whoever's active, if they can just get a little more push up the middle, then maybe we'll see the sack totals explode. But man, 44 and 41 were everywhere again today.
Yeah, coming off the heels of a solid outing last week, it's certainly for 44. Backs it up again today for this Jaguars defense and a big win, 17-10 final score, Jaguars over the Texans. We'll get back to the offensive side when we come back. Plenty to dissect there. We could go 4 hours, I think.
Do we have to go there?
No, we don't have to go 4 hours.
Maybe we can just go for the last 2 minutes.
We can go for the last, 20 to 25 minutes.
How about the last 2 minutes of the game?
Okay, we'll do that as well. We'll dig into that also. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbq.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Jacksonville, it's football season, and Duck Duck Rooter is proud to be on your home team. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we tackle plumbing, septic, and air conditioning problems with championship-level service. Keep an eye out for our custom Jaguar wrap plumbing vans rolling around town. They're hard to miss and always ready for the next play at your home or business. With thousands of 5-star Google reviews and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida, trust Duck Duck Rooter to keep you in the game. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the duck.
Is your organization ready to tackle its toughest challenges? For 3 decades, CSI Companies based in Jacksonville has been the trusted workforce partner for leading healthcare and technology providers nationwide. Whether finding the right talent for a specific job, advising on a strategic project, or offering seamless managed services, they tailor every solution to fit your needs. CSI brings trusted expertise and a people-first approach to your organization. Get the job done right. Together, we go further. Learn more at CSICompanies.com.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow. Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Catch epic showdowns in Cincinnati and Denver. Turn up the heat in Phoenix and Las Vegas. Support your Jaguars in divisional clashes in Houston, Nashville, and Indianapolis. View real-time parking, security, and flight updates on flyjacks.com. Whether you stick with the play call or you need an audible, they'll be your teammate every step of the way. Book your nonstop flights today. Learn more at flyjacks.com.
My best friend Riley loved going to the beach. She was a great swimmer. Then one day, during a swim meet, she collapsed. She had cancer, Hodgkin lymphoma. She spent months getting care at UF Health. The doctors did so much, even put her in a clinical trial. I wish we could go to the beach right now. But she's working.
Out of the water.
She's on lifeguard duty. Maybe we'll head out when her shift is done.
UF Health. Human progress has no finish line.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. It is the Scoreboard Show. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton from the Hyundai Studios at the Miller Electric Center after a Jags win over the Houston Texans, 17-10 the final score. Jags defense coming up big at the end of the game with 2 late takeaways, 3 second-half takeaways, but the 2 at the end really mattered. And the Jaguars got the job done. They did enough today in the key moments late in offense. There's a lot early to go through, and we've got all week on all our shows to dissect a lot of that stuff. But how about the end? The resiliency to stick with it at the end. Brian Thomas Jr. had another tough day overall, but they check out of the run. Liam Cohen talked about it on this air, and it was all the quarterback. Checked out, saw the zero blitz coming, and checked out of the run and found Brian Thomas on the run, and he finally caught one and went on the run and set up the game, what ended up being the game-winning touchdown.
It was spectacular when you look at it. After they recovered it, it was 1st and 10, and it was the incomplete pass to Brian Thomas short, followed by a 4-yard run in there at 3rd and 6. Now, keep in mind, the Jaguars went 1 of 6 on 3rd down in the first half, and they were, at this point in the second half, 1 of 7 in the second half on 3rd down. So you're facing 3rd down and 6, 3 minutes to play, game tied at 10, and Trevor decided to take off and ran for 10, right? And that was the spark that got it all started. Then all of a sudden, Etienne goes for 7, Etienne goes for 6, the pass that you just mentioned for 46, and then the 10-yard touchdown. I mean, it was bang, 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 bang. So Trevor was a spark on that 3rd down play because it was almost as if he's like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of drop passes. I'm tired of missed blocks. I'm tired of me making mistakes. And he ran for it and sparked the whole thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a spark. I don't know if I go through the same mental machinations with him. I just think there was no one open. And when he did take off, I think he just kind of decided, look, man, whatever it takes, I've got to get that line to gain on this play, right? And you're going head first against a team that knocked you out literally last year, right, with the head shot. And, you know, he moved his head enough to the left side and got it out of the way. And that was a big play, but I think it did energize the team because then Etienne did. It was a struggle to run the football today.
Oh, man, it was.
Right?
Yeah.
And but he had those couple of good runs, and then obviously that play.
How many 1-yard runs did they have in the first half?
19
or 20?
Or no gain? Or, yeah.
I mean, they just couldn't get it started, and that happens in a divisional game. Yeah. I mean, you know each other so well. And those two guys inside, Edwards and Rankins, they're good players. I mean, they're not marquee
They got
names.
worked on Monday, though.
Yeah, they
did. The Bucs worked them.
Well,
Pretty good with a lot of backup linemen.
Yeah.
So, I was definitely expecting more out of the run game today.
Well, they run, 6 times total running backs in the first half?
Yes.
That was it? And they finished with 22 attempts overall. So do the math on that one. So they tried a little bit more in the second half. Yards per carry, not ideal, but each running back has a touchdown in the game today as well. So Etienne with a game winner. Tootin had one earlier from 1 yard out, which was good to see. And how about the way Tootin runs? We've known that was in his arsenal, but I think today was one of the first times in the regular season he's really displayed that grit between the tackles, and he's a little bit of a load now.
Yeah, he does not go down on first contact. He bounces, keeps his legs moving, and finds a seam. It may only pick up another yard or two, but he is always falling forward.
I worry about the shoulder a little bit, though, right?
He was on the report last week.
Non-contact jersey all week in practice. I know he was off the injury report, but there was a report that he was dealing with the shoulder during the game today, so we'll have to watch that one going forward.
Let's come back. Plenty more ahead as we recap the Jaguars' win over the Houston Texans 17-10. And the Jaguars Scoreboard Show is presented by Everbank. Advantage you. Make the most out of your money at everbank.com/Jaguars. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Jags fans, this one's for you. If you've got MyGate rewards, you're already in the game. But now you've got a shot at the ultimate prize, meeting QB1 himself, Trevor Lawrence, at Everbank Stadium with 3 friends by your side. With the MyGate Rewards Gatorade Club, every 5 Gatorade items you purchase equals 1 entry toward your chance to win. Stack them up and score big. See store for details. Gear up for the season. Gates got you.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
To aim higher, run faster. It's what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA to not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units, to not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
Can you imagine rising for work before the crack of dawn? Tending to hundreds of acres of land before dusk? Well, that's what happens on 47,000 Florida farms every day. Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family. And you can help support them by enjoying delicious Fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop, or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Hey, Jaguar fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Join the thousands of Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Stadium on game day. That's JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jags. Passes start at $10 on the MyJTA mobile app. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. Game Day Express is one way the JTA is working to create a better connected Northeast Florida. Visit JTAFLA.com for more details.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern pit barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more, or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton from the Hyundai Studios. The Scoreboard Show continues. 17-10, the final score. And Mike, Brian, I've got some good news for both of you.
Oh,
can't wait.
The Jaguars scored in the third quarter today. So that means that you score free cheese curds courtesy of Culver's. Head to participating Culver's locations and use the code JAGSROAR for free curds with an online purchase. No better way to celebrate a win.
Listen, the people in Wisconsin love it. And they've won a lot. So it must mean something.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, I don't know any place that celebrates cheese curds like Wisconsin and Culver's.
Well, this is a good way to find out. If you haven't before, this is a way to find out.
I have not.
You have not?
I've not. I've not.
Brian.
I've not. I guess it's my lucky week.
Well, you're about to find out, I suppose. Jaguars get it done 17-10. And, Liam Cohen has talked about, after last week's game especially, and really it's been the theme all preseason, how does this team take a punch, handle adversity, however you want to say it. They've talked about these situations. We've seen Jaguars teams in the past couple of years that when one bad thing happens, the game just slides out of reach. You can't overcome it, right? It started last year in week one, and that was the personality of those teams. It feels like this could be one of those games that maybe catapults them into making plays when it matters, when adverse situations. It doesn't get much more adverse than 6 drops by 3 different players today, and then the 50-yard touchdown pass to tie it with a double move. I mean, that's a lot of things happening late. You probably heard Liam Cohen in his post-game news conference say they had a lot of game plan in for Parker Washington today, and then he caught a little drops, and all of a sudden the confidence level dips, both to the receiver and the quarterback. It felt as if they just couldn't find a gear anywhere to gain any traction on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, maybe it was just me, but there were times where Trevor was moving guys and looking to the sidelines like, where are we here? Are we in any sort of rhythm at all? And of course, the answer was no. They never got to it. They certainly didn't. But the defense kept them in it.
No, they did. Look, and I don't know if this is the springboard, but I'm glad that we don't have to try to pick apart all the positives in another close loss, right? Like, this is a game that over the last, not every version of the Jags in the last 5 years, but like Brian said, last year, you reach a point in this game, they wouldn't have made that play. Tyson Campbell wouldn't have made that play to pop the ball loose, and the Jags stopped the drive right there. This is one, JP, that you could have written the story about many recent Jags teams. This is going to be one of an even more heartbreaking loss than the one you had last week, because you totally didn't let any, with the exception of one play today, Houston couldn't get any offense going against this football team. And, if the defense is going to show up like that, they're going to win a lot of football games. So no telling until we see what the results are going forward. But, yeah, this is absolutely a game I think they can look themselves in the mirror and say, you know what, we didn't blink.
Can we clean up some penalties, though? 9 for 70 today, including another illegal shift.
Only one, though.
Yeah, only one.
Exactly. Not 6.
Yeah, but he pulled back a 16-yard gain.
See, last week they were all declined. It would have been bad anyway.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
This week it actually did hurt. And
I think maybe my head hit the table hard when that happened. Just like I can't believe it.
But, hey, plenty of season ahead to get that right. Better to do it after a winning result. 17-10 the final score. Let's return. We'll look ahead to next week as the Jaguars face the San Francisco 49ers in Santa Clara. Jaguars broadcast booth is presented by Heritage of North Florida, Jacksonville's premier roofing and remodeling company, and this is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Frank Frangie here for Coyle & Son Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports memories. Remember the 2017 AFC Championship game when Miles Jack wasn't down? Do you know what else isn't down? Fences installed by Coyle & Sons. Their fences have been standing tall here in Jacksonville for nearly a century. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821 or visit CoyleJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com. CoyleJacks.com.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for your Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, make your game day even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And you can enjoy even more with the pizza pick-off promo after the game. When the Jaguars get 2 interceptions in one game, you'll score 50% off one pizza any size you want for 48 hours after the game. Just tell them you want the Jags Pick promo when you order. Up your game and your pizza with Al's at the stadium or any of their locations.
My husband Steve was diagnosed with prostate cancer. They only gave him months to live. That was years ago. Now, he's out there, under the tree. Nature photography is his thing. And apparently, so is catching poison ivy.
Oof, so itchy. UF Health. Human progress has no finish line.
Ride Now Power Sports is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The pick is in. CF Moto is your top draft choice for excitement on the road or off. Don't miss the All Cylinders clearance event with financing as low as 0% or rebates up to $1,500 on select vehicles through September 30th. Make your winning drive today at Ride Now Power Sports Beach Boulevard. Mention Jaguars at the time of purchase and score big with CF Moto. See the full lineup now at ridenow.com.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
A bold change. A historic development is underway for the Bold City, and the Jacksonville Jaguars and team partners are a part of it. Introducing First and Forward, a development partner program highlighting the significant contributions made toward the transformative efforts to the city of Jacksonville. Thank you, Belter, Brooks Building Solutions, Jackson Electric Supply, Office Images, Sims Crane, Start Tech, and People's Gas. Championing progress on the field and in the community. The First and Forward program. The First Coast Forward Together. To learn more, visit jaguars.com/forward together.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Final moments of the Scoreboard Show, and J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Brian Sexton from the Hyundai Studios after a Jaguars win 17-10 over the Houston Texans. First Jaguars win at home against Houston since 2017.
Still can't get over that.
Jacksonville. Wow.
Blake Bortles.
Yes.
Throwing wild.
That was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild.
45-3, right?
Both those games that year were wild. Remember the 10-sack game week 1? In Houston?
That was the high water mark for this franchise against the Texans. Maybe 2005 where they won a couple of bowl games and went to the playoffs, but they've just never had sustained success against them. Hopefully this is the start of something big.
That would be nice to see, and hopefully it's the start of something big early in the season for the Jaguars. Next week, West Coast road trip to San Francisco to face the 49ers at Levi's Stadium, Santa Clara. The Niners started 2-0, and they're currently in the third quarter, leading the Arizona Cardinals 6-3. They're about a minute and a half into the third quarter there. San Francisco with the football, but it is a fourth down. They'll have to punt it away.
Only time the Jaguars have ever won in the Bay Area, Oakland.
Yeah, the last game of the Coliseum.
I'll tell you right now, Mac Jones is not going to beat him. But I don't think we're going to get Mac Jones.
Yeah, didn't Purdy practice a bit this week?
Purdy practiced. He was officially questionable, although they basically said on Friday very little chance that he would play this week. But it does seem like it's setting up for him to return.
Liam Cohen and company should be fairly familiar with the San Francisco schemes on both sides, being with the Rams.
Hopefully so. How's Christian McCaffrey?
He's 7 carries, 13 yards today, and then in the passing game, 10 targets, 6 catches for 48 today.
So you're saying they're looking for him?
He's the guy.
Yeah.
Pearsall's got 3 for 42 today.
But Jennings out today.
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings, Ayuk, and Kittle won't be playing. Right. We know.
Listen, you remember that game here in 2023 when they just belted the Jaguars, and they did it up front. They had just traded for the pass rusher from the Redskins, whose name escapes me at the time. He's now in New Orleans, the kid from Ohio State. And they added him to Nick Bosa.
Yeah, he's been hurt the whole year. Gosh, it's crazy. I can't even think of his name.
But
I know exactly who you're talking about.
But that was a game. That was his first game, and they came in and they
Young, right?
Yeah.
Chase
Young.
Thank you.
There you go. We worked it together.
Why was that so hard?
Well, because we're in our 50s.
Could be.
Speak for yourselves, boys. I am not.
Didn't hear him offering up any
but
suggestions.
the gray in that beard, JP.
Yeah, that's experience.
Yeah, exactly. Wisdom is what we're saying. But that was a game where that defensive line was so very good. This offensive line is going to have to play a lot better than they did today if the Jaguars are going to find a way to win in San Francisco for the first time in franchise history.
We'll find out next week. It's a 4:05 kickoff Eastern time, and of course we'll be on the network at 3 o'clock with Countdown to Kickoff, and then 1 o'clock for the Publix Tailgate Show. Jaguars tomorrow.
Yes, Victory Monday. David Garrard will be back tomorrow. Tony Smith and I will have it for you from 10 to noon.
Jags AM tomorrow.
Jags AM tomorrow. That's all I know. Tomorrow.
There will be a show.
There will be a show.
In the morning
tomorrow. In the morning, and I think it's safe to say like 10 o'clock is our start time.
10-ish.
Yeah, 10-ish.
We'll have Jaguars Happy Hour 4 to 6. Pete Prisco, Austin Lane will recap this one. I'm curious to see Pete's thoughts on this game today.
I'm always looking for Pete's thoughts.
I think a lot of people are, and Austin's as well. That'll be a fantastic show, 4 to 6 tomorrow. Stay tuned. The fifth quarter is next. Hacker, Leon Searcy, and Gerald Ingram standing by. They'll take your calls this evening. Jaguars get it done today, 17-10 over the Houston Texans. Jags now 2-1. The Texans are 0-3. Thanks to our entire crew, both here and across the street at Everbank Stadium. For everyone involved, I'm J.P. Shadrick. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.